In this video, I'm going to talk about how each one of these parts can work on a different motor skill and also be a fidget toy, as well as why I designed them and how I hope to connect them in the second part of this video. So enjoy. So first off, there was no solid modeling today because we have such a big product. We got to talk about it. I decided it's going to be too long. I can't waste any more time. So here we go. 3-in-1 fidget toy / fine motor skill improver. So the one bad news for today, I do not know how to connect these together. That's still one of my problems that I'm thinking about trying to fix. So leave in the comments how you think I should connect these, because I can adjust the sizes and how they move, but I just wanted to get the general gist of how the product works down, so then I can adjust how I want to make it later on and how I want to connect them. So that's the kind of bad news. The good news is it's a 3-in-1 product. Who the heck don't love 3-in-1? The shampoo and toys. So we're going to start on the left here. So what this is if you haven't noticed already, or if you haven't watched the other videos, I like BBs in a little track. So we're back at it. So for this product, this red spins around, and this little stopper here will push the BBs one way or push them the other way. So the reason why I went with this one is because I was trying to get a cool kind of magnetic use design for the insert for this product. So you would put two pieces in, the magnets would repel each other and push out to the edges here, and then grab like the bottom and top, and as well as using the magnets to grab the BBs and pull them around. And so I got it to work one time where I just inserted a bunch of magnets with a little spinner top, and then it barely grabbed it, which was unfortunate. So I did not end up going with that because it honestly was not working out and I couldn't figure out a better way to do it. So I went with this so that it never fails, unless you obviously break it, but it won't fail. It won't miss the balls. It will always grab it and it will always spin. And I wanted it to be reliable so that you didn't have to worry about, will it work this time? Will it not? I don't know. So that was one of the kind of the problems that I faced with this. And then down here, there's some holes. So you can see it's kind of a little slot. What I wanted to do is, this kind of has two purposes. So one, you can put a magnet in here and maybe connect all of these together with magnets at the bottom. And so I also tested it with like a smaller one, and the BBs weren't affected by it, which was nice. The only problem is you can only get one in, so it's not very strong if you connect other stuff to it. The other thing you could do is possibly have a little circle that's connected here that you lock into place. The only problem is you kind of need a pathway to go. So that one was kind of unfortunate. It didn't really work. So that's going to be kind of my next thing of kind of figuring that out. So it was all right. But the main point is spinning this. So with this though, you put your thumb on it and spin it. And so it's a basic movement. Again, fidget toy / fine motor skills. So some of the fine motor skills are precision rotation, the tactical feedback and resistance, the bilateral coordination, and rhythmic motion. So it's just calming, simple, yet you have to use your thumb or finger, kind of whatever you want, to spin this in a circle. And so it will spin constantly. It will spin the same, however speed you want it to spin. And so there's nothing really going to affect it. The BBs will always move. You won't miss them, unlike if I did use magnets. So this one was a bit difficult. The other thing you can do is, since this whole sender is available, it kind of allows you to do something with this spinner. So you could cut out the middle and put some type of holder in there or something to work on grip strength and twisting for a bigger size than just like with your fingers like a pencil. You could actually get it where you have to use your full hand to twist it. So it allows for a lot of opportunities, or as well you could just do a little cross or a little plus sign and spin it with just your 3 fingers. It can kind of go with a lot of different things, which offers more flexibility and more versatility with this one product. And so it can help autism, ADHD, cerebral palsy, developmental coordination disorder, as well as sensory processing disorder as well. So this is kind of cool. Also, now, complete craziness, but if you might be able to change it where you put this inside say like a holder, not as this is just a crazy idea, but where the BBs, say you have 2 in there, you put in this little holder and then it could tell the time. So what you could do is you could have a magnet on the outside that changes with the time so that the BBs will go in order. The only problem is if it's, say, both on a 12, they're both at the top. So could not work, could work, but that was just a crazy idea I thought of. Might be kind of cool. But next product. This one's more of a fine motor skill improver than a fidget toy, but it is what it is. So what you do is this one allows for a lot of customization as well. So you see these blue handles or blue kind of supports right here have these pink pins. What you do is these are removable. So you take a rubber band, you put the rubber band here, put the pin through it. So now the pin's through the rubber band. Then you feed the rubber band through this part over to the other one. And then you do it on the other side. And then underneath, you insert magnets with this little square then you put in, and then it holds the magnets in there. And then once it's on each side, you can use your thumb and finger, or kind of thumb and whatever finger, or 2 hands, to pinch it together. And then the magnets will grab it. And then you have to work on getting it apart. So there's some upgrades you could do here. You could add little thumb holes or finger holes. So you have to use your pointer and thumb to pinch it together and pull it apart. So that could work. You could also somehow add an attachment to it where it's a full hand thing. You could also use your thumb, as well as using this bottom. So there is already an opening. So you put your finger and thumb here, you open it, close it, boom, there it is. So it's more working on pinching. So you can work on your pinching strength. So whether that helps you with like grabbing small objects like pencil, zipping a zipper, it kind of can help build it. And then the fact that you can adjust the like strength, so you could put stronger rubber bands in there as well, or more rubber bands to kind of add the resistance, or you get these wider so that you have more distance to cover. So it's more or less for fine motor building, but also it allows you to kind of fidget with it a little bit. So, and then with the magnets, it also, like, the magnets are kind of strong. So you can have a hand on each blue and pull apart, which could help you to kind of build the fine motor skill of, say, opening a bag, like a chip bag or something like that. I don't know any other things that you would do for that, but it kind of allows for that building just with your hands, finding different ways to use it to improve the fine motor skills. So some disabilities this can help with is cerebral palsy, autism, developmental delays, Down syndrome, and ADHD as well. Not so much ADHD, but still might be able to. So you could also have it in like a classroom, because the thing is, this will be quiet. It won't be very loud. So this is something you could have in the back where they could play with, as long as they're not like slamming it together or something and making it loud. It won't be as loud. Unlike this one has BBs. It will be a tad loud. It will still be, it could provide the auditory feedback and the stimulation, but also it will make noise, so it might not be the best for classrooms. But you can kind of always adjust it. The slower you go, the less sound it will make. So now the third. So this one, I did 3D print all these. You will see after this, but this one, very proud at, because it actually works. And I didn't think, it was first try I got it to work as well, so it's pretty cool. But this one, kind of self-explanatory, but it's like a pinball machine. So this right here, there's a spring actually hidden in here. I'll show you. So there's no spring in here right now, but there's a hole for a spring, which I do have. So you put the spring in there, and then you insert this piece in here, and then you pull it back, and then it shoots. The BB will sit right here. It goes through the hole, shoots it, and then it spins all the way around and comes here. And so this is a fairly larger hole, because to put the BB in, you can just put it in right there. And if you can never get the BB out, I don't know if that's a good thing. I wanted the ability to be able to get the BB in and out fairly simple, or be able to put possibly, now crazy idea, but maybe a piece of candy or something like that, because there are like small candies. You could put the candies in there, shoot the candies, you get the candy out, kind of thing. So kind of that reward system possibly as well. So this helps with hand-eye coordination, because a little bit, because you gotta know how to pull this back. It will make it most of the time, but you miss, you don't have a strong enough hold on it, it could slip, not work. You don't know that. So timing and pressure regulation, again, this can be upgraded where it is longer, and then you have to kind of slowly pull it back. You could have it where, I don't exactly know how this would work, but you could have possibly little things at the bottom that hold it, so that you have to pull it back a certain amount to push all of the pins down, and then it shoots. I don't think I could 3D print that, but if you're, I don't know, you could maybe do that. You never know. But this one is good for just soothing someone with ADHD, or someone who just needs something stimulating, fast, but also minimal and simple. So again, the other kind of interesting part, this one could be considered a design flaw. I like it because it makes it different. So these are multiple different like angles or radiuses or radii of circles. So that's why they're not completely circular circles. So this kind of, it offers something that's not symmetrical. So this is completely different than how you would normally see like a finished product be. And so I don't know if this would actually help. This may or may not help, but in a sense, maybe with someone who likes perfection, or someone who has, maybe their like disability is OCD, or someone who can't have things out of place, this might be something where if you look at it long enough and you get kind of used to how weird it looks and how unsymmetrical it is, it might help kind of train the brain to be, oh, it's not perfect. That's okay though, because it still works. It still gives you that feedback of quote unquote completing it if you do get it into the hole, but it's not perfect. So it looks a little weird. So I don't know if this is an actual thing. If someone would like to let me know, that would be cool. But I think this could be something that just this little change might help benefit someone, or it could send them into a giant spiral because it's not perfect and it ruins their day. So I'd be very sorry if that happened. I'm very, very, very sorry. But I think it looks cool. Also, you could also customize how it looks as well. So you could have it a little more wavy. You could have, I don't know, bumps would work. But also, you could have it where you make this bigger and they use their finger to move the ball around. That also could be something cool, kind of in the same sense of this, except in a complete circle. And so then there is a final like destination. So I don't know, could be cool, could not be. Let me know what you think. But this could help ADHD, autism, dysgraphia, which is enhancing finger coordination and planning, key for pencil pressure and tracking, developmental delays, and cerebral palsy. So it's kind of along the same sense of all these. This kind of helps with all of the reoccurring disabilities, but also builds some fine motor skills. The only problem is I don't know how handheld it could be. So this, I'll give you a little thing. So from, let's see, can I get this? We're going to just go right here, this point. So like the center of it, kind of. To then the center of this. That's 6 inches, almost 7 inches right there. So handheld, yes, it could be in one hand. It could be something, I don't know if you guys know, I'm going to try to explain it the best I can, but the giant things you see at doctors where they have all the beads that you run along the metal trails, and then you kind of go and they're all intertwined and kind of crazy. So this could be something like that, where you just have it sitting there and they can pick it up, sit it on their lap, and mess with it. So this also might allow where you have a grid, or say a kind of like a checkerboard looking table, and each one of these perfectly fits into one of the squares. So then you can slowly go on and build this up. So now you have a fidget table. So now this is one part, this is a different part, this is a different one. Maybe they're not all in order, maybe they are. It could kind of allow for customization, but also allow for people to organize it how they want and get the ones they like closer to them. Could be a more of a classroom setting where instead of having it at their desk allowing them to learn better, maybe this is a release for them, or if they're getting stressed they can go here. And so then it kind of allows for all of the sensory like, I don't know, kind of sensory stimulations that people have. It could allow it to customize it to their own need. Or you could have it where you have portable tables where now you go and you have a fidget, say a 6 square fidget that you can bring to your desk and then you fidget with on your desk. So there's a lot of customization with this. There's a lot of movability and kind of portability where in all scenarios this might help, this might not. So it's kind of cool. I extremely like it. Now, the next video, not right now, I think it will be next week, I'm going to figure out a way to connect all these together. Whether it is in one solid part or it's in a table. I don't know, because now that I think about it, that's kind of a sweet idea. If you are going to take that idea, again, these are all up for grabs. Please key me in, because I would love to make some fidget toys for that. So, but thank you very much. Please leave a comment on how you think I can improve each one of these, how you think I can improve overall just the products I make, what kind of stuff I should focus on, as well as how do I connect them? Do I use magnets? Do I use clips? Do I use grips? Do I not have them connect? Do I stack them on top of each other? So again, a lot of variability, a lot of customization. It's kind of all up in the air. The point is, it's cool, it's fun, it's new. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. Please have a wonderful day. Please let me know if you had any comments, concerns, questions, tips. I love tips. And have just a blessed and wonderful day. Goodbye. So this is the rubber band pincher thing. For some reason, my family doesn't have any rubber bands, so I can't show you with rubber bands. Hopefully I will soon. But, so here's the two pieces. And you pinch them together, ready? Boom. Then you pull them apart. Boom. Then you put them back together. Boom. So that would be with a rubber band. This one. Here. Little like that, and then it would spin all the way to there. Then this. Boom, and then you can spin it the other way. Boom.